Hi everybody, it's me again, Bubble Talk with Burge. So I'm live here on Facebook with my Tuesday series, my Friday series of Bubble Talk with Burge. I invite you to join me every Tuesday and every Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm teaching a workshop somewhere, which I'm doing a lot of these days, but I'll let you know if I'm not able to come on a Friday, okay? Hi, Amber. Hello. So what we're going to do today is we're going to pull something from my deck of cards. Yay! My Essence of Being cards. And Bubble Talk with Burge basically is, Bubble Talk is that subconscious thought that keeps you from getting what you want. So, you ever see those cartoon characters with a bubble above their head? Well, that is your subconscious thought. Hi, Karen. That's your subconscious thought that could be blocking you from what you are wanting in your life. And so if your conscious thought is, I want to be happy, healthy, I want to have a relationship, I want to have a lot of money, whatever it is that you're wanting to do or have or choose in your life, sometimes our conscious thoughts, they don't exactly come to fruition as fast as we'd like them to. And so it could be because our subconscious thought is actually blocking us. So that's our bubble talk. So that's what bubble talk is. That subconscious thought that could be blocking us from what we want. So we're going to go in and see, when you come to any of our programs, you can go in and see what your bubble talk is. But today, what I'm doing, and with this whole series, is we're pulling from my cards, my Essence of Being cards. And these cards are messages for us today and for the rest of this week. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Debbie. So what we're doing, hi, Karen. What we're doing is we're going to pull a card for all of us now to see what is it that is our message for today. And you can get these cards as well. You don't have to wait for me to do this, but it's pretty powerful stuff. Just a reminders of what we really want to have in our life and how to get them. So I just at random, these are all of my Essence of Being cards, and you don't have to have taken Essence of Being or any of our other programs to understand these cards, but people are pulling them every day. They're posting them on Facebook, and I'm just going to at random pull one for our message, and this is for all of us. I'm going to just shuffle them up and pull one and see what it says, and then we'll discuss what this is, okay, what it means. So today our message is, oh goodness, I wonder why I pulled this one. Oh, I think it's backwards on here, but I hope you can see it. But it says, if I can't, I must. If I can't, I must. This is a powerful, powerful mantra, a powerful card. So let me read it to you. It says, if you find yourself saying, I can't, then reframe that. Say, I must. And play 100%, full on, no backing out. It's only by facing our fears that we break through them. If something is not working in your life, then you must find a way to break through. By reframing your thoughts and words, you push through your fears. So if I can't, I must. So here's my little thought about all of this and why maybe I pulled this. I find myself saying, I can't do that. It's going to be too expensive, or I have to do this or that. And I find myself saying I can't. And if I do, one of the mantras you can shift and change is I must. I must. I must do it. So what that does is it reframes everything for you so that you don't first come up with, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So here's the thing. You ever heard of Chuck Yeager? I'll give you an example, okay? So Chuck Yeager, he is the Air Force pilot that broke the sound barrier. And so he decided that he was going to break the sound barrier. Well, he was not the first pilot to go up to do that. So the first pilot went up, and he's like going really fast, and he's pushing it, he's going faster and faster and faster, and then all of a sudden the the airplane starts shaking and going crazy, and the pilot thought he was going to blow up, so he pulled back, and he blew up. So the second pilot went up, and he started going, he says, I'm going to break the sound barrier. So he goes forward, and he's going faster and faster and faster and faster, and the plane starts going crazy and shaking, and he thought, oh my God, I'm going to blow up. So he pulls back and he blew up. So here comes along Chuck Yeager, the third pilot to do this. He says, I'm going to break the sound barrier. So he was either really courageous or crazy or both, because 2 pilots had already blown up the planes. So they went back to the drawing boards and refigured everything and tried to figure out what to do. Well, Chuck Yeager gets in his airplane and he says, I'm going to break the sound barrier. So he starts going forward and goes faster and pushing the throttle. And then all of a sudden, the plane starts shaking and it starts getting really crazy. And he thought, oh my God, I'm going to blow up. And he said, screw it. And he pushes the throttle and goes forward. And all of a sudden, there was quiet. And he thought, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm dead. Until he heard over the loudspeaker, Chuck, come in, Chuck, you did it, you broke the sound barrier. So he thought, instead of pulling back when he got scared, he pushed through it, and he went for it, and he pushed the throttle 100%. And because he did that, he broke the sound barrier. So just like Chuck, if I can't, I must. So that's the card that we pulled today for our message from My Essence of Being cards for your bubble talk, is that if you ever decide that you want to do something and you pull back and you kind of put your toe in the water and say, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not. Hi, Mike. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this or not because I'm afraid. Let me put my toe in the water and see if this is going to work. So what happens when you do that is you're only half in. You're not 100% in. And we do that with relationships. We do that with business ventures where we say, you know what, I've been betrayed before. I've been hurt before. So now I'm going to just kind of put my toe in the water. So if you're putting your toe in the water and you're trying to swim, it's really hard to do that. So if you are one of those people that have kind of like a back door and you're afraid because of past experiences, and you say to yourself, I just can't do that, or I'm just going to try a little bit. So you can't really commit a little bit. In other words, how many of you have ever jumped into a pool? When you jump in, are you committed? Are you going to go backwards? No. When you jump, you're absolutely 100% committed to going in that pool. You're not putting your toe in. You're not dragging it along, your whole body beside the side of the pool. Because what you can do, hi Hashem, what you can do is you jump in 100%. Because if you're in it, you're in it. And guess what? You can always get out. But while you're in it, while you're committed and you say, if I can't, I must. Hi, Kat. Then you definitely are actually in it. And you can always get out. That's the piece that people forget. They want to just put their toe in a business or a relationship or something and say, well, let me just see if it's going to work out. But there's always a chance you're going to be ineffective. There's always a chance for hesitancy. There's always a chance you could back out. Therefore, what I suggest you do is if you say, I can't, and I just want to put my toe in and just try it, just understand that you're not in it 100%. So jump in with your nose if you want to. Hi, Denise. Jump in with your nose and say, I'm jumping in the pool, because you can always get out. Because while you're in it, be in it 100% full on. That is commitment. It's like jumping into a pool. There is no way you're going backwards. And so many of us have had things fail before. And so we decide, well, we don't want to go all the way. We'll just kind of check out and see in a relationship or whatever. So if I can't, I must. It's a new reframe for you. Hey, Ray. So this new reframe is this. If you find yourself saying, I can't do that because fill in the blank, go ahead and change that, reframe that for you. Focus on, all right, well, if I'm telling myself I can't, then I must do it. I must do it. work through my fear, push through my fear, be the Chuck Yeager, go in there and say, I'm focusing on what I want and I want it. And I don't care. I'm going to go for it. Because guess what? You can always get out. If it doesn't work, you can get out. But while you're in it, while you make that commitment, just do it. Let go of it. If you're afraid, that's okay. Use the fear. Is that one of your favorite cards, Denise? She says this is one of her favorite cards. Yeah. So if you're afraid to do something, that's okay. You can be afraid, but use that as a motivator. Use that to motivate you to move, to actually do something. Hi, Ray. Actually do something with it. So if I can't, I must. And that's our message. So whatever's going on for you today and the rest of this week, if you find yourself saying, I can't, then shift it to I must. And watch how that shifts your whole energy. It shifts your whole thought process. It reframes the fact that you can, even if you're afraid, do it anyway, right? So jump in the pool, no hesitancy, no not being effective, no back door. Because again, you're always at choice. You can always get out. Hi, Annette. You can always get out of whatever you're getting into. However, don't be in it 50%. Don't wait for the other person to join you. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Don't wait for until you feel like all your fear's gone, because guess what? If you wait till that happens, you probably will never do it. Because have you ever done something you were afraid to do? And then you went, oh, wow, that wasn't so bad. I did it. Yeah, so you have to push yourself through that fear in order for you to allow what is perfect for you at that moment. And it's better to have gone for it and learned from the experience than never go for it at all. So that you can say, oh, okay, I am participating. Because remember, the only failure is the failure to participate. I'm participating. As long as you're participating, you're learning. And as long as you're learning, you're growing. And as long as you're growing, you're expanding. And as long as you're expanding, then everything can work. Everything can get bigger from that point of view. So, this week, our task, should you choose to accept it, your mission, is to catch yourself whenever you say, I can't do that. And shift that, reframe that to, I must. And think of Chuck Yeager. Think of when he broke the sound barrier. So just focus on pushing the throttle. Go for it. 100%. And the key here is, if it does not work out, do not beat yourself up. Don't go there. Because just know that you are participating. Because if you beat yourself up and you feel guilty and you feel like you did something wrong, okay, that is going to really help you continue self-sabotaging. So if you think you did something wrong and you feel guilty about it and you didn't do it right, then guilt demands punishment. If you're feeling guilty about something you tried to do and it didn't work out, whatever it is, then you're going to continue to self-sabotage, because guilt demands punishment. And you're going to either punish yourself or you're going to have somebody come to you and punish you, because that's what you're vibrating out, that guilt that you vibrate out. So the opposite of guilt is innocence. You're innocent, you're innocent, you're innocent. But remember, as long as you're participating, you're not failing. Failing is part of the process, because that's how you learn. So stop saying I can't. Pinch yourself if you need to, and just say, I must do this. Because not doing it keeps you stuck. Not doing it keeps you in fear. Not doing it keeps you focused on all the things that you don't want. So hopefully that's a great message for us this week. I'll take it on as well. I know why I pulled it, because I do find myself saying I can't do that. Still, there's a lot of things I don't think I can do. So I have to reframe that and say I must do that. I must. And what usually happens 99% of the time is if I say I must and I go for it, then these wonderful things come from that. Maybe not all at once, maybe not when I think it's going to, but it does, because I have shifted and changed. Because I'm proud of moving through my fear. And I know you are too when you do that. So until we meet again on Friday, Bubble Talk with Burge, just remember, if I can't, I must. Like this, share this, send this on to as many people as you'd like. You can look in the feed and you'll see a way to get your own cards. And you can check out our schedule of events for Essence of Being and all the Essence of Abundance and all the different workshops that we're going to be providing from now until the end of the year. So I will be in London and New York and Fort Lauderdale and Atlanta and in Boston, where am I going? Baltimore and DC. So there's a lot of places that you'll be able to experience all of this. So just stay tuned and I'll see you Friday. Bubble Talk with Burge.